methods of keeping woodland pigs are beginning to make a comeback. And in Oxfordshire, Chef Mark Lloyd is on a mission to recreate a woodland pork dish from a bygone era.
He's come to the famous Whittenham Clumps, home to an Iron Age hill fort, to forage for ingredients that both bring out the flavours of the meat and would have been enjoyed by our ancestors.
I love foraging in woods like this. It's got everything that our ancestors would have eaten for the last 10,000 years. It probably hasn't changed that much. They would have been out looking for mushrooms, berries, they'd have had squirrels, they'd have had all of the things that we now maybe shy away from a little bit. But it's also perfect piggy woodland. They'd have been snouting around in here, turning everything over, looking for roots, looking for tubers, taking the nuts as soon as they fell off the trees, the windfall apples. They'd have got nice and fat in here. And it's the perfect place to keep them. They've got cover, shelter, and it's just an amazing place to be. This is where farming began. This is where we started to bring the things we wanted to eat, a lot of and consistently together, to save us having to go out and find them constantly. And also, if we put it all together, we could find it easily. We could grow it in the amount that we needed to sustain ourselves, and we could keep pests away from it. Sounds perfectly like our modern day farms now, doesn't it? Put those three things together, you've got a farm.
Mark believes the best ingredients to accompany pork are the kinds of food the pigs themselves would have eaten.
That is a beautiful oyster mushroom. Chinese absolutely love oyster mushrooms, and they go great with pork. This is what our piggies would be eating.
As we know, mushrooms can be dangerous, but as an experienced forager, Mark knows exactly what to look for.
This is a young mushroom, which we can't be sure isn't going to make you sick. So this little fella's staying right here for today. We're going to go find something else. Okay, so another lovely little mushroom here. It's a thing called an amethyst deceiver. I'm just going to pinch this off nice and gently. Look at the colour of that. They're great eating, and there's a little trick with them. If you soak them in a little bit of water before you cook them, they go really purple. It's another one for the pot.
Mark's having a smashing time, isn't he?
Fungus bouquet.
Aye, and there's more around than just fungus.
These are slow berries. This tree is absolutely packed with them. But for our purposes, they're going in our sauce with our pig. A little bit of slow roasted pork and sloes. It's going to be lovely.
In an afternoon's ramble, Mark has found a wealth of woodland delicacies. There's mushrooms, crab apples and slowberries, but what he really needs is a pig. And he's not going to find one up at Whittenham Clumps.
Mark's off to Hertfordshire to see Eamon Burke, who runs Molly's Pigs, a farm that rears free-range porkers.
Is it feeding time?
Yeah, let's go and see them.
These pigs are saddlebacks, and they're pretty ideal for rearing in a woodland farm. Being an old breed, they're hardy, and the mostly dark coat is resistant to sunburn.
They also have a strong snout for rooting and snaffling all those goodies from the forest floor.
So you started off with 20, how many have you got now?
Yeah, there is roughly in total 168 in here, and then there is 59 boys.
Great environment for them though, isn't it? I mean, they've got acorns and beech, and they can go rooting, and there's mushrooms growing all over the place. I've seen them at.
Yeah.
And they just never stop. They're constantly turning the ground over, looking for something, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, they are greedy as pigs. They'll just keep going.
That's the thing. I feed them at 7 o'clock in the morning and at 5 o'clock at night. And when you come down at 5 o'clock at night, it's no, they hadn't been fed.
Keeping pigs this way is essentially how it was done in the early years of farming.
They are some of the happiest pigs I've seen, and they've got plenty of space. I really love seeing pigs just wandering around enjoying themselves. There's nothing worse than seeing them penned in. They've got a really, really happy, easy life, haven't they? And that's got to make a difference in the way they taste.
Eamon became a farmer by chance after buying some pigs to clear his woodland.
But up till now, he's only used his pigs for sausages, and he doesn't often cook with joints of the meat. So Mark is going to show him just how good his woodland pork can be.
Right, you're going to do a bit of cooking.
Try.
It's dead easy. Really, really easy. The pork you've got's amazing, so we don't need to mess about with it too much. All I want you to do is pour oil right into the middle of the pork and then just rub it all over the skin. A nice pinch of salt all over there as well, and then you're going to rub that in. Get in there with both hands, go on. Right in. Now, these are lovely chestnuts, another seasonal favourite of mine. But instead of putting vegetables under the pork, we're going to put these under there. So as all those juices come out, they'll sit and they'll start to cook those through. And what we'll do is we'll just quickly peel them and we'll chuck them through the mushrooms and the spinach that we've got.
And I assume the pigs maybe would forage on them, depending on...
If there's chestnut trees you've got down there, they'd eat them before you could get to them.
Whilst the pork roasts over the chestnuts, Mark's making a side dish with his foraged ingredients to make a real Iron Age feast.
Look at that! Mark has made a roast pork belly with wild mushroom and spinach, along with a crabapple, blackberry and sloe sauce, all topped with a black pudding and oat crumble. Fantastic.
Here's the real test though. What do the eager family think?
This is all your pork, and I just threw some wild stuff at it.
I like it all.
They love it.
We love the pork. We know where it comes from. We know, but this was exceptional. The whole thing around it, wasn't it? Made it a very special meal.
It's thanks to people like Eamon that we can all get the chance to taste a little bit of our heritage.
And for our next recipe, we're delving even further back into our culinary past and cooking up the forerunner of the woodland pig, wild boar. But we're dragging this little piggy right up to date. There are many and varied recipes that we know and love. For instance, the one that we're going to do today, wild boar ragu with homemade pappardelle.